because I'd pick you, and then she kissed him. I could cry. And he's 19, I'm 19. Oh. Does Dorian like always wear a cape? She said yes, she's gonna do it. Okay, hi, hello, I'm Sabrina. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm so excited. I'm so hyped. I'm so pumped. I've wanted to do this video for like a year and I'm finally getting to it. And that is Throne of Glass reading vlog. I've wanted to read this for ages. I'm so excited. It's finally time. I've been putting off reading this because I wanted to read it in the perfect moment and I feel like the perfect moment has arrived. It's cold, it's winter, I'm ready for it. I'm excited for some fantasy. I bought the box set. It normally lives up there. Can you see that space? It lives there, but it's currently on my desk because I just grabbed these two. I bought this in November of 2021, I think. 22. No, November 22, I think I bought this. Here's the clip. You get to look at baby Sabrina, who did not know what she was doing. I mean, this Sabrina doesn't know what she's doing either at YouTube, but that Sabrina knew even less. So here she is. I have such an exciting package right now. Basically, backstory first. The same as every other person on BookTube, I have read ACOTAR and I freaking loved it. I loved it. And so, as any normal person would do, I was like, well, that means I want to read Throne of Glass. So I was on Amazon, I put Throne of Glass in my basket, and it was like 62 euros normally, which is already actually a pretty good deal for 8 books. But I mean, 62 euros to spend at once is like a lot. So I was like, not buying it yet. Then, last Friday, was it Friday or Monday? I don't know, Cyber Monday maybe. I was just on Amazon, I was checking if there's any deals, but then all of a sudden I look on Amazon, I look in my cart, the entire Throne of Glass series, all 8 books, 20 euros. So that's $2.50 a book. And that is literally what I have right here. It's gorgeous. The entire Throne of Glass series for 20 bucks. Look at it. I've wanted this box set for so long and I wanted to buy them all in the box set because buying everything separately is such a pain because I always end up with books that are all different sizes. This is so worth it. I'm pretty sure it might have a poster as well. This is foiled. I didn't even know that. She's gorgeous. She's going on my shelf and I'm so excited. I don't know. I just thought it was cute to include. Obviously, when I filmed that clip, I thought I was going to be filming this vlog like way sooner after, but here we are and I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's talk about this series and how it works. As you can see, I'm holding up 2 books. I'm holding up The Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass, even though the series is called Throne of Glass. So you would think I only really need this book. But no, because this is technically a prequel. So there's 2 reading orders, I think, which is you can either start with Throne of Glass and then read, I think, the 2 next ones and then you read Assassin's Blade, or you can start with Assassin's Blade and then start these books. And I've heard that if you start with Assassin's Blade, the story is more emotional because you get to have, this is basically like a backstory of the female main character. That's the order I'm gonna go with. I love a good bit of emotion. I'm hoping this series makes me cry. I mean, it's gonna make me cry. Like, if it doesn't make me cry after I've read like all of it, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be upset if this series doesn't make me cry. ACOTAR made me absolutely sob. I'm hoping these are gonna be new favorites. I'm so freaking excited. Everyone that I see read these rates them like 5 stars. I cannot wait. And I really hope this isn't a case of the overhyping where I'm expecting so much that I just can never live up to it, because I would be so sad. In this video, I'm gonna try to read both of them. I'm gonna start with The Assassin's Blade and I'm gonna see how long that takes me to read, how much I enjoyed it, if I wanna go straight into Throne of Glass. If I do, then I'll read both of these in this video. If I don't, then I'll only read Assassin's Blade in this video. Throne of Glass is a very popular series. I feel like everyone has read this. So rather than doing a spoiler-free reading vlog, because I feel like most people have read this, and if you haven't, that's where this is gonna come in handy. I want to do spoilers, because it's more fun, it's so much easier, and it's more fun. For the people who've already read it, just watch this video like a normal reading vlog with spoilers. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be fun. If you haven't read Throne of Glass, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the screen what page I'm on every time I update. That way you can read along with me. In the way that, like, if I read to page 100, before I start spoilering it, I will put on the screen that I'm at page 100. Then you can read up to page 100 with me, and then we can experience the book together. But that's the plan. Starting off strong with a 400 223 pages. I'm gonna start and I'll update you when I have something to say. I haven't been this excited to start a book in like ages. Okay, hi, hello, how are you? Okay, I need to stop with that. Stop. Every single time that I open my camera to start a video, to like update a vlog, I go, hi, hello, how are you? Good. And it's like, I need to stop because it doesn't need to be at every single clip. But anyway, update on the book. I'm currently on page 94 of Assassin's Blade. It's novellas. I don't know what I don't know what I thought this was gonna be, but what it is, let me tell you now that I've started reading what it is there's like 5 short stories in here, which, I mean, the Throne of Glass novellas. I should have known. I don't know why I didn't put that together. I finished the first story, which was The Assassin and the Pirate Lord, and it was fun. It was interesting. I mean, I like the lady. I like, what's her name? Selena. I just Googled the pronunciation of Selena. I think it's Selena, but in doing so, I think I just spoiled like a major plot point for myself that's gonna happen later on in the series. So I'm really upset about that, not gonna lie. I've been able to avoid spoilers for Throne of Glass so well, and I think that was just a major spoiler. Not thrilled. Is it Selena? Am I gonna have another one of those things where I say the name wrong the entire time? Because I called her Frey for like a really long time. I think it's Selena Sardothian. Anyway, I like Selena Sardothian. She's very cool. She's super cool, but she is a little bit infuriating. But maybe that's just that one story, you know? Anyway, I'm excited to keep going. I started the second one, which is Assassin and the Healer, and I have to say, I don't know why. I think just because I thought ACOTAR is what Sarah J Maas does, I was expecting this to be Faye, and obviously that's not what it is. I don't know why I thought that, because at the same time I knew it was about an assassin, so I knew it was not about Faye. I was reading the first story and I was like, is there literally no magic in this? Like, is this just like a medieval fantasy? Because nothing was coming up. And I was getting worried because I need a fantasy with magic. Like, hello, I love the magic element. That's the best part. But anyway, that's not what this is, I don't think, because there was some mentions of like a magical map on his hands, and she mentioned at some point that Faye went extinct 7 years ago. So I hope that means it exists in the world and there's gonna be something done with it. Went extinct 7 years ago, so it could be that they're not part of the book at all because they're extinct. I'm kind of nervous about that. I really hope there's some magic in this. I think there should be. I'm also having a really hard time picturing the mask that she wears. I'm just not grasping what type of mask she's wearing. Like, in my head, what I'm seeing when the descriptions are happening of the mask is just like a sheet with 2 little slits where she can see out of, but like just like a morph suit type thing, and I feel like that's not what's going on. But I also don't want to like look it up because I don't want to accidentally spoil this for myself, because I have done that in the past. I've looked something up and then I've seen fan art that just like either shows me a couple together that I didn't know was gonna be together, and then now I know they're together and it ruins that. Just anyway, I don't want to look it up because I don't want to spoil her, but just I'm definitely not looking at her the way that she is supposed to look. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It is long. My Kindle says it's gonna take me 11 hours to read this book. I'm gonna keep reading and then I'll let you know again later what I'm thinking. Officially halfway through Assassin's Blade. I'm on page 225. And let me tell you, I remember why I love Sarah J Maas. The way she writes is just incredible. Like, I just read the short story called The Assassin in the Desert, I think. Yeah, The Assassin in the Desert. Well, basically, if you read the book, you'd know she gets sent to the desert by her master because she did something wrong in the first story, and this is her punishment. But while she's there, she makes a friend, and that friend ends up betraying her. I was shocked. This story is almost exactly 100 pages, and in 113 pages, she managed to make a relationship that I felt like was very important to the story, where I could see why they were friends and all that. You felt like it was a good, developed, important friendship in the story. How did she do that in 100 pages? I've read books that are 300 pages where I'm like, they have no chemistry, they have nothing in common. How did she do it in 100 pages? I love the characters in this book. I also finished the second story. I think that one so far is my favorite, The Assassin and the Healer. There's a girl at the hotel that she's staying, and the girl gets attacked, and then Selena saves her, and then she teaches her like how to in the future protect herself, and I loved that. Like, honestly, queens. Like, she's like a girl boss showing all the other girly pops how to defend themselves. Like, yes, showing different aspects of Selena. And like in the first story, I think I said she was kind of annoying and like self-centered, but then in the second story, you see that she does have like some type of care for other people because she helped the girl out for no personal gain at all, just out of like the goodness of her heart. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's great. It's great. I'm really enjoying it. I cannot wait to start with like the actual like main series, because as good as these stories are, they're so good. So like, how good is this gonna be when I have an entire 7 books? How good are these 7 books gonna be if she has that much space to develop these characters, when literally in 100 pages I feel like she's already done an amazing job. Oh, and also in this story again, literally in 100 pages, she managed to set up a plot, get a conflict, get plot twists, undermines, betrayals, conflict resolution, things you don't expect, and it's like, there's 100 pages. How did she do that? If that doesn't say enough about Sarah J Maas, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. I try to avoid filming in bed because it's always ugly. It doesn't look good. But like, I can't right now. I cannot right now. This was page 311, by the way. I was expecting this being a complete slow burn, and I thought Sam, the guy in this book, was going to be the main love interest of her. But he's already admitting his love right now. She said,
"But why? Why can't you let it go?"
He grabbed her shoulders and shook her.
"Because I love you."
Her mouth fell open. My mouth fell open. My mouth fell open too. I wasn't expecting this in this book already. Like, I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. I mean, I'm positively shocked. Is he the main love interest in the Throne of Glass series? I don't know.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But I'd like to find out. This moment was too much for me. Dramatic love confession in a prequel novella? Like, that's unheard of. But okay. I needed to put it down because more things are happening. I'm still on page 311. I literally read that I love you, and then I was like, film immediately, and then I didn't think that like anything else would happen. But why? Why can't you let it go? He grabbed her shoulders and shook her. Because I love you. Her mouth fell open. I love you, he repeated, shaking her again. I have for years, and he hurt you. It made me watch because he's always known how I felt. But if I asked you to pick, you'd choose Arobynn, and I can't take it. With like full stops between every sentence, so it'd be like, and I can't take it. We're not done yet here. The only sounds were their breathing, an uneven beat against the rushing of the sewer water. You damned idiot, she breathed. You're a moron and an ass and a damned idiot. He looked like she'd hit him, but she went on and grasped both sides of his face. Because I'd pick you, and then she kissed him. That is so good. I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm gonna stop with the filming now. I hope he doesn't leave now, because that was the whole thing that triggered this, is that he was gonna leave. Alrighty, good night. So last night I finished story number 4, and it was a wild ride. I was so shocked at the plot twist. Arobynn betrays Selena, and honestly, I kind of saw it coming because he is an asshole. He is just manipulative and gaslighting and emotionally abusive, and severely dislike him. I did love the story. I did really enjoy the story, and I again so impressed that she managed to make me do the classic Sarah J Maas because I kid you not, other books don't have me gasping like this. I love her writing. I love it. It's just so incredible. I did let curiosity get the better of me, and I did look up a picture of Arobynn, and it's not what I had in my head. For some reason I thought he would have silver hair, but he's a redhead. But I'm too scared to look up Sam and Selena because I'm thinking this is gonna happen. In the last story, I also freaked out about Sam and Selena, right? That they kissed. I was like so excited about it. Well, I am really excited about it, but I feel like they're already smooching in the prequel. They're not gonna be together for the 7-book series. I just don't think that they're gonna last the whole time. Like right now they're really great together, but I just can't imagine that Sarah J Maas would already have them be together in the prequel, because that would imply that they're together for the rest of the books, and I don't think that's gonna be the case. And because of that, I'm kind of scared to look him up and look her up, because I don't want to see them with a different character and then already know what's gonna happen, you know? But I really want to know what Sam looks like, because she keeps describing him as beautiful, and like I can picture a pretty man in my head. Like I can think of one that I think is beautiful. I don't think I'm really imagining what the character's actually supposed to look like according to Miss Mass. So I can't wait to finish book number 7 so I can finally Google that. Quick little spoiler for ACOTAR. If you haven't read ACOTAR yet, don't watch this part. But I think we're gonna have a Tamlin arc here. Sam is gonna be a Tamlin in the sense that something's gonna happen where they're not compatible anymore. They're gonna grow apart, something like that, where he's gonna do something. I don't know, but I feel like he's not the final love interest. The reason that I hope it's that he messes up rather than like death, because I don't think I can handle it. If he dies and they're in love and he dies and then she moves on with a different lover, like I think we'll get over it eventually. But if I have to read Sam dying while they're still in love, there will be tears. For my emotional and mental well-being, let's keep him alive. Yeah, let's make him into a Tamlin moment where he's no longer a nice character, and then I'll be less upset that they break up. Also, I'm like completely assuming they break up. They might not. Who knows? Not me. And also, I don't know what to expect from Throne of Glass now, because I've started reading the next short story as well, and I'm on page 378. And in this short story, she's decided that she's finally done with all of Arobyn's abusive BS, and she's leaving his like territory slash power, whatever. Completely reassesses what I think Throne of Glass is gonna be, because I thought from the start of this book that she's gonna continue being in his little thingy, it's called the Keep, I think, the Assassin's Keep, and they're part of a guild. I thought she was gonna stay there, and then, you know, the story was gonna progress from there. But now, to me, it's looking more like a whole story where she's either something's gonna happen with Arobyn. I just know it. Something's gonna happen with that man in the future books. And I also call the Royal Palace or whatever, it's like the Glass Castle. To me, that makes me think like, is she gonna try to destroy the Glass Castle and like infiltrate it, and then she's gonna be on the Throne of Glass? Like, I don't know. Other than that, I'm really struggling to conceive like what the book's gonna be about. But I'm excited to read it anyway. I'm so excited to finish this. I've been loving this. I've been absolutely devouring this. I don't know if it's a 5-star just because it's the first one, and I'm kind of scared, but I love it. It's so good. I'm gonna finish this probably today. My Kindle says that I have an hour left, so I'll definitely finish this today, and then tomorrow we can start Throne of Glass. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. I'll be back later. This is the mood right now. I've literally just finished Assassin's Blade. I could cry. I'm holding it back, but if I wanted to, I could literally break out into tears right now. I feel like I spoke this into existence. I'm now gonna spoil the entire book. I'm on the last page, which is 434. I just finished the whole thing. The last time that I updated you, I talked about how I don't think her and Sam can be together forever because it's the first book, blah, blah, blah. Everyone who'd already read the book was laughing at me when I was talking about that. They did exactly what I said. They killed him while they were still in love. I didn't expect it in this book. I did not expect it in this book. So much happened in this book. I'm like, this is a prequel? This is a prequel. This isn't the story. This is a prequel. I really was not expecting a lot from this. I was not expecting a lot from this at all. I was like, novellas, it'll be cute, fun little stories. It was not cute, fun little stories. It was intense, fully developed characters, plots. It was great, but I'm so sad. Obviously, Arobyn did it. She doesn't know that, but we know that, I'm pretty sure. And he didn't save her when he could have. I still don't want to look up what Sam looks like, even though he's dead, because you never know with Fantasia. He could come back to life and there could be spoilers. So I don't want to... That's me being freaking delusional. Did you just hear that? I said he could come back to life. I'm like trying to trick myself into thinking that Sam's gonna come back. Oh, that makes me so sad. And then they literally just talked about how they had so much time together and they couldn't wait to spend eternity together, blah, blah, blah. Poor Selena. Oh my God, this girl's had a hard life. Damn, I'm so excited to start the next one. I think I'm gonna start that now. Hello party people. It's been about 2 days since I finished Assassin's Blade. The reason I haven't given you any updates is because I genuinely have no clue what to rate that book. I'm so conflicted about if I'm gonna give it a 4.5 or a 5. I can't decide because I loved it. Like, I thought it was great, but I wouldn't make it a new favorite, and I feel like it's only gonna get better, you know what I mean? So I don't want to give that one 5 stars because then there's no getting better, but I'm also like, that was phenomenal, and if that was a standalone, I probably would have given it 5 stars, but at the same time, it didn't have like a nice wrap up, nice ending, but that's because this is the wrap up ending, you know what I mean? Like, this is gonna continue the story, so it doesn't need to have that nice wrap up and ending. So yeah, I don't know, I'm still really conflicted, I'm still thinking about it, and I read the first chapter of Throne of Glass last night, and now I'm gonna start reading the rest. Officially starting Throne of Glass. Started! Let's do it! Let's read it! Yeah! I read a little bit today, and I have some updates. First of all, I had no idea that this was like a competition style book. So basically, the Crown Prince, Dorian, has taken her from the salt mines where she was put in the prequel, and she's gonna be his champion, and she has to fight a whole bunch of other champions, and if she wins, then she has to be the king's, like, she has to work for the king for a couple of years, and then she gets to be a free woman. So obviously she's like, let's do it. She wants to be a free woman. So I'm intrigued. I mean, obviously, I feel like it's kind of obvious that she wins. I mean, maybe she doesn't win, and then that's gonna be unobvious, because if she, I mean, there's like 6 more books, so like, she's not gonna die in the competition. You either die or you get sent back to where you came from, but I feel like she's not gonna get sent back to the salt mines. Like, that doesn't have anything for the plot. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I was reading on my Kindle in the bus, and I filmed that one page of the book. That was a letter that Dorian wrote Selena after she wrote him a letter asking for books, but she was like sassy attitude, and he replied, flirtatious, broody man. I'm really loving Dorian, but I don't know if the love interest is Dorian or Cole. Is it Cole? Is his name literally just Cole? It's C-H-A-O-L. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he's the guard. Dorian is the crown prince. I've heard a lot about Dorian in like TikToks and stuff, so I feel like he's the love interest, but I'm not sure. So I guess I'll find out that as well. I want to get a big chunk of reading done now because I want to, and I'm really curious about what's gonna happen. And I still have not decided my rating for Assassin's Blade, and I'm already behind on my Goodreads goal. Yay! Okay, it's fine. I'll figure that out. Hello party people. I have a reading update. The problem that I'm having with these reading vlogs that I've noticed is that I do most of my reading at night in bed. But the problem is I do that in the dark because like I'm trying to go to bed, you know what I mean? So then the footage is like really terrible quality, so I don't want to update at night. Yeah, it just looks really terrible in the videos. Like, I did it in the past and it doesn't look good. So I'm gonna stop doing that, and instead I've decided to write down my thoughts as I reacted to them in a notes app, and I'm just gonna read them to you. These are my thoughts from last night. 40% through the book right now. I'm on page 136. So the first point that I had that I wrote down is that Dorian is 19. What? I'm sorry, he's 19. It's just, it feels weird because, like, obviously Selena's 16 and that's fine, but in the Sarah J Maas books that I've read, in ACOTAR, all the male characters are like 500 years old, and so they're like wise and they have experience and they have stories, and he's 19? I'm 19! Oh! The female main character of this book is younger than me. So that's weird. The fact that he's 19 is so strange, but it's okay. Second point, the innuendos in this book. Oh my god. I swear every other page has an innuendo on it, and it's mostly around swords. They're like sword play, my sword's better than yours. I think you can see the innuendo, which, I mean, it's entertaining. I like it. I think it's funny. It's good banter, but I was like, whoa, like there was so much of it. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is, I talked in the beginning of the video about how there's 2 reading orders for this book and how you can read. I'm sorry about this like color thing on my face, by the way, but I talked about how there's 2 ways you can read this series, where you can either start with Assassin's Blade or it can be third. And I actually recently saw that Sarah J Maas recommends that you read it third, but I'm already happy that I read it first, because just now in the book, the reveal that Sam was dead was so lame. In the Assassin's Blade, it was like Sam died. Like, I almost cried. Like, you saw my reaction when it happened, when I talked about it happening. And in this book, it was like, he was like, did you have a past lover? And she was like, yeah, he's dead. And then they talked about Sam for a little bit, but like it was the most anticlimactic, most unemotional reveal ever. And then I'm like, knowing that Sam has died, if you're reading Assassin's Blade and you already know that Sam's gonna die, for me personally, it doesn't have an impact anymore. Like if I already know what's gonna happen, first of all, every story I'll be like, this is pointless, he's gonna die, he's gonna die, he's gonna die, he's gonna die. I don't know. I was really rooting for Sam and Selena. Like you saw that in the beginning of this vlog. And I feel like if I had known already like that he was gonna die in that book, I would have just been like, whatever, like this isn't gonna work. Like what's the point of their relationship, blah, blah, blah. When did I decide that finishing a sentence with going blah, blah, blah is like elaborating your point and that people will get it? Nobody knows what you mean with blah, 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 Sabrina. Nobody knows. And the plot twist wouldn't have hit. Like, I didn't know anything that was gonna happen in Assassin's Blade, and I was gasping and oohing and ahhing and being all like, what? No way. If I read Assassin's Blade and then read that, everything basically is revealed, and that's the point of a prequel. Like, I get that. I think it was the best choice for me to read it first, just because of the way that I read books and the way that I experience, like, stories. Like, if I read it, if I already know what's gonna happen, I just can't be asked. Like, that's anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I've been talking for like 20 minutes. Those are my updates for now. People! It's time for an update. I'm on page 302, the start of chapter 40. Dorian and Selena just kissed. I'm honestly shocked that this happened. I wasn't expecting this to happen. It was a good kiss, but then obviously she started having some like second thoughts just because of the situation, so it didn't go anywhere. And I don't think it will for a while. I think she's really in a struggle with how she feels about him. Additional to that, I wrote in my notes, is this gonna be a love triangle? Well, I don't think it's a love triangle. I think it's gonna be Dorian and Selena, and then Cole, I think he's gonna be in love with Selena, but she's not gonna be in love with him. I think that's the case. Although she did just mention that he is handsome, so you never know. Honestly, I never know. There's only this much left. My plan was to finish this book yesterday. Obviously that didn't happen, but I have like 100-ish pages left. Okay, listen, 3 things going on in this book right now. Thing number 1 that I think is going on is Selena is gonna take over, or she's gonna overthrow the kingdom. I think the overall thing of the series is gonna be Selena kills the king, or something similar to that, like something like that. Like there's gonna be something against this king. Like this king is not vibing with everyone else. Second of all, in the book, the plot line is obviously the champion thingy, but the champion thingy is low-key irrelevant. Like they mention the tests and the things like every now and then, but like it doesn't matter. Like it's literally just there as a preface for having Selena in the castle. Like I don't think there's any other reason for that. And then the story that's going on right now is that the champions keep getting murdered. Really brutally murdered. Like they're not just like assassin dead. No, like they're being disemboweled and getting their like brains removed. So whoever's on the loose is nuts. And Selena thinks that they have like a magical animal that's helping them kill the people, or like doing something to them after they're dead, because she noticed something about like the claw patterns. And then on top of all of that, with the murders, there's wired marks. I think that's what they're called. I don't know how to say it. That's the problem with fantasy books. I don't know how to say anything. But anyway, there's these special marks, and I think there's something magical, and she spoke to the queen of the fairies or something. I don't know. I'm getting that there's gonna be a magic element, which I'm very excited about. Obviously, I've been waiting for the magic. I want some fae. So that's my other question. Is she gonna end up with a fae in the end? I don't know. I have so many questions. I don't think they're gonna be answered in this book, all of them at least, but some of them might. Also, the whole story with Nehemia? Is that her name? I don't know. The friend, Selena's friend. I really hope her friend is not an asshole, because her last friend was already terrible. And I just want her to have a nice friend. I don't know. We'll see if she's good or bad. I'm not sure. There is some fishy stuff about her, but it could be positive fishy. Does that make sense? And also then there's the other girl, whose name I certainly can't pronounce. Kaltain. Is that what we're calling her? Kaltain? Well, I feel bad for Kaltain. For everyone thinks she's not nice and that she's mean, but she's a girl boss. Like, Queen is trying to get what she wants. Listen, I don't think it's gonna work out for her, and I don't think she has the best method. But she's just a girl. She's just a girl in the world. She's just a girl in this world where the girls have like literally almost, they can't do crap, and she's just trying to make it work for herself. She's just trying to use the patriarchy to girl boss, gatekeep, and girl power herself into something else. I appreciate that for her. Like, honestly, good for her. I'd love to see more of her story, see where that goes. Maybe she can get a redemption arc with like the other characters. I think that would be nice. Just the last comment that I would like to make. Does Dorian like always wear a cape, or is this occasional? Because they keep mentioning he turned around with and his red cape swept behind, and like, I get it, he is the prince. Why is he cosplaying as Superman? Like, why is he wearing a cape? Like, why the cape? Capes are not hot. No, capes are not it. I mean, maybe on a vampire a cape or like a good cloak, but Dorian's not that. I'll let you know when I finish the book. Phone. Mr. Parrington, Duke Parrington, just told Lady Kaltain that Selena is Selena and not Lady Lillian. This isn't gonna end up well. Lady Kaltain wants Dorian, but Selena has Dorian because they can't. Things are about to get wild. I'm telling you. God, but the plot thickens because Duke Parrington doesn't know that Dorian knows that Selena is Selena. The Duke is either messing with Kaltain, he doesn't know either. Either way, can't be good. Can't be good. Duke Parrington wants Lady Kaltain to kill Selena. She said yes, she's gonna do it. Oh my god, guys, a murder is out for Selena. New developments. We thought it was Nehemia, but she didn't do it. It's Cain? Cain is one of the other champions. There was hints that he was gaining unnatural strength, and apparently murders with these weird marks, apparently it makes you collect the strength of the person you murdered. So it would make sense that he's been doing it, but I feel like it's not gonna be him. I feel like something else is behind this, because it's too obvious, you know? I think there's gonna be something else. I am confusion. So I think it was Cain with his little dog thing, which she now killed. But now Nehemia is also making the weird marks on Selena. 79%, 20% through. So like, this can't be the ending because there's still 20% of this book. Like, it's not gonna be wrapped up already. I don't know, but I have to go home now. So I have to stop reading now on this cliffhanger because I want to go home on time. Hello, I have finally finished Throne of Glass. Here are my final thoughts. How am I gonna say this? It was good. It was definitely a good book, and I cannot wait to read the rest. Like, I think it's gonna get better and better and better. This was not as fantastic as some other Sarah J Maas books. Let's start with the positives. Selena is a phenomenal character. She has growth, she has development, she has a storyline. Like, she is so well fleshed out. Love that. Dorian, I think he needs a little bit more fleshing out. But that's okay, it's only the first book. There wasn't really a plot twist. I was expecting someone to betray her, but nobody really did. Yeah, I mean, there was a weird, mysterious conversation at the end with the king, and obviously there's stuff going on that we don't know about that's gonna happen in the other book, so I'm quite excited for that. I'm definitely gonna continue reading it, but I do think this one is gonna get 3.5 stars. I didn't really get hooked. I didn't really ever feel like I need to finish this right now. I need to finish this right now. Like, yes, I enjoyed it and it was good and I had fun, but it's not that feeling that I get with some books where it's like, if I don't finish this today, I will die. On the Assassin's Blade, I also never gave you a rating for this. Well, I've decided to give, I liked this book actually a lot better than this one. This is almost a 5-star. Like, this book was really good. So I'm gonna give this a 4.75 and this one a 3.5, and then that's that. Also in the author's note, I had heard this before, and then in the author's note I saw it again. She wrote this book when she was like 16, and then obviously it's been edited since that, but like, That's impressive. And this one was written later, so obviously she's improved and learned and grown, so it gets better and better. And I'm expecting that the rest of the series will be more like this book, because obviously she's wrote those later as well. So like she's already learned. So yeah, I'm expecting it to get better and better. I'm definitely going to continue reading it. Oh, one thing that I had to say though, I feel so bad for, I still don't know how to say her name, Kaltain. I feel so bad for her because Duke Parrington is a little beep, and he completely used her, and like she was not a nice character to Selena, but like you can see the struggles that she has, and she's just trying to make the best out of what the world has given her, and everyone's screwing her over, and she ended up poisoning Selena. Oh my god, I didn't even tell you what happened. They had like a whole fight, like the champions did their fight. There was like magic involved, so I'm excited about that, but it's a completely different type of fantasy and type of magic than what we saw in ACOTAR. I don't know if this is my type of fantasy, but we're gonna find out. This is very heavy on the politics. Is not my favorite, but maybe I'll love it if I love the characters enough. I also didn't really like that Dorian already is in love with her. Like I wish that was a little bit more slow burn. Like he hasn't told her that yet. He said it in like his perspective, in his mind. He's like, I'm in love with her. So I don't know about how I feel about that. Like I would have appreciated if that was more of like a slow burn type situation, but then she did end it with him. She was like, we can't be together if I'm the king's champion and you're the crown prince, which is so true, but obviously that's not gonna stop them. And it's also painfully obvious that Cole is also in love with Selena. We're gonna see where that goes. That's that for now. These were the 2 books that I read for this video. Total of 800 pages. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this vlog, then please like and subscribe. And if you want to see me read the other books, then comment down below. I mean, I can make a vlog for every single book in this series if you're interested in that. So yeah, I figured for these 2, most people have read them, so I could do spoilers. But for the other ones, maybe people haven't read them yet and they don't want to vlog. I don't know. Let me know. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!